Howdy, my name is Catherine Tilley, and today I'm going to be talking about my personal experience with TAMU registration. Thank you to Isaiah for giving his personal experience, and now I'm going to be discussing what it was like to change majors at Texas A&M 3 times. So to start off, I remember I changed majors my freshman, my sophomore, and junior year, and each time it was always really unclear who was supposed to help me, whether it was my previous major or my new major's advisor. The communication was very difficult on both ends. They didn't know who was supposed to be guiding me, and I ended up having to communicate between the both of them for a few weeks just to get it figured out and to actually have my major changed before registration even occurred. Especially as a junior, this was hard because I couldn't apply for certain classes if I wasn't declared that major. So according to Genevieve Carlton from bestcolleges.com, when a student changes their major, this could be the difference between them dropping out of college or earning a degree. So this is really important, and this is something that is widely occurring at all college campuses. So it's not an easy choice. I remember it being really scary for me to change my major. I was going to be behind, and I had already taken a lot of classes, so this was not easy in the first place. And so with having these multiple advisors, I was set behind already, and this made me lose a lot of spots in classes from the beginning. So I didn't get to choose these classes, which led to delays. And these delays allowed me not to get into the courses I needed. So that's my second point, is talking about how this unknown of what processes students need to go through to change their majors led me to taking courses that weren't necessarily going to make me the most successful in my college career, and also setting me up with professors that were really difficult. So I remember especially this most recent switch. I went from marketing to finance, and this was really difficult because finance had a completely different path and course titles than marketing. And it was a hard transition phase when I didn't know what classes were required, which ones were the most important, which ones were core, which ones were electives. And just passing that learning curve was already a challenge for me, on top of having to navigate 2 advisors who most of the time weren't really available. And so that was really frustrating. And once I got through that, it was time to actually apply for classes. And there's specifically a 1-hour class in finance that's required by all students, and the only option was one class one time on Friday, and it was full. And it interfered with another one of my classes, and so it kind of left me confused and made me wonder if I should be even changing my major, if this was the right decision for me after I had thought about this for a whole summer. And it really set me behind, and it hurt like my confidence in what I was doing, and it was really discouraging. If I couldn't even make this possible, why would I switch? And just like Genevieve Carlton talks about, this is a difference if his students even stay in school, so I can totally understand where that's coming from. So not only that, not being in these classes, my final point is just, it really set me behind. This was a scary transition. It was a lot more of a math-driven major for me, and I wanted to be prepared. I wanted to give it my best shot. I wanted to make an impact coming into finance, and I had to enter the semester with a lot of filler classes, just random electives that I didn't know anything about. They weren't something I was passionate about, only to fill the time while I was waiting to see back if I could get off the wait list for all the courses that were required for me. For example, that 1-hour finance class. So not only was that a challenge of not knowing I was going to be in classes, but what really frustrated me was the fact that I didn't find out that I got into certain classes until a week into the semester. And so that set me up as being behind, and that was really discouraging for me as a student. I felt like my university wasn't providing me with the tools to succeed. I felt like I was losing a lot of perfectly good material while I was wasting time in my other filler classes. And so that was really discouraging, and I just hope that in the future students don't have to face the same struggles that I did with changing their major, and they understand the value in it. According to National Center for Education Statistics, 80% of students change their major during their college career, and on average, it's 3 times for each college student. So I know that this is perfectly normal for me. I personally just wish that my university had better tools and processes to help me get there. So now I'm going to pass it off to the next group member. Also, keyword out.